Alright, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Fermin Barbosa here,
And Jorge Guzman.
and we're here to talk to you about futures and how it relates to economics. Well, you guys are probably wondering what a future is. A future is a commodity that is bought in order to sell at an agreed upon price and at an agreed upon time in anticipation of profits. Alright, so futures are basically traded instead of stock, and futures could either be like agricultural or industrial. So in agriculture it could be products such as corn, wheat, soybeans, and oats, while in the industrialized world it could be like crude oil, coal, gold, and silver, and such so forth and such, and all that good stuff. Alright, well, enough said about futures. Let me show you the future building. Alright, so down there, conference room, show that later. Natural resources. This is what I was talking about with what futures could be. So in here, to kind of represent the oats, we have like the wheat industry, and as we go down here, we have the coal room, which just basically represents the coal industry. We'll go there later. Right here is the iron room. It really speaks for itself. And in here we have all the products that iron can be, just a little representation. Alright, let's go to the sugar room. Alright, and this is just some sugar cane. It's a little counter. And just a whole bunch of sugar. It is not crack. Don't get that wrong. Alright, and into the diamond room. It's self-explanatory. Whole lot of diamonds. And just what things could be. Alright, so let's talk about some risks.
Okay guys, this is Jorge here to talk about some risks. Well, the thing with futures is they run a very high risk because you basically are betting on whether the price of your product will rise or fall. So basically what happens is you go into a contract with someone who specializes in the product, such as the book gives an example of hogs. So Joanne and this hog guy, they go into like kind of a business setting, such as a conference room, such as we have here, and they agree to a contract and say, basically you agree on these contracts for a later date and time. So in 6 months, Joanne is gonna pay for these hogs that she's gonna get, and here's where the risk factor comes in. In 6 months, she receives the hogs. Now, what's important is whether the price of hogs rises or falls. If the price of the hogs rises, then Joanne will receive a profit and the hog owner will lose a bit of money. But if the price ends up falling within those 6 months, then the hog owner would make more money and Joanne would lose money. So basically, one of the major risk factors is whether the price rises or falls within however long your contract is.
Alright guys, so the benefit for futures would be, like, it all depends in like reselling your contract. So that depends on the market. So as an example, as Jorge used, the hog market. If the price for hogs increases, then you're going to be able to resell your contract and make a substantial amount of profit on that contract. But if the price of hogs decreases, you're not going to be making any money off that contract. And instead, the owner of the hogs, he's the one who's going to be able to make the profit, because he's going to be making all the money because that contract is worth more than the current market price of those hogs. As for like, I would say difficulty of getting into futures, I would say it's easy to get in futures, but the hard thing about it is predicting the market and like seeing how things will go. because no, you're not. Nobody can really predict the future. I guess this is why it's called futures, because it's all about what's going to happen in the future and not like in the present. So that's basically the benefit of futures. And back to Jorge.
So, why would someone use this method of investment? Well, futures has a high margin of profit. However, it also has a very high risk of losing money.
Alright, guys, so that's basically what futures are. This is Fermin Barbosa.
And Jorge Guzman.
And we're signing off.